Welcome back to Everyday Garage. I hope you guys are enjoying these weekly update videos. I'm having a lot of fun making them. If you remember last time, we worked on the Fiero and we did some painting, and we're gonna work on some painting again later. But one of the last things we ended off with was the Torino. We were working on the fuel aspects because I let the car sit a little bit too long and it wasn't pumping fuel anymore. So a minute ago, I just went ahead and I got a brand new fuel pump and got that reinstalled. So now we are ready for a quick test to see if this thing's gonna start just long enough to where we can get it onto the lift, and then we can replace that line that's been spitting a ton of rust and ruining all of our fuel pumps, and we can get that replaced. But first, we have to get it to start. So let's see if it will. I'm crossing my fingers. Alright, as you just heard, it is running and starting again, so that's great, but I do definitely still need to replace that main line that's spitting a bunch of rust. Hopefully that filter's preventing it just this little bit while we're running it. And also, I'm noticing a new leak right there, if you can see that drip coming from the carburetor. Not exactly sure what that's coming from, so that's something else we're going to have to investigate. Very interesting. Let's see about getting this up onto the lift now, and I think I just remembered another issue we're having too. If any of you guys are longtime viewers, last summer I replaced a lot of the linkage and all of the steering equipment, and I think we've had a leak on the power steering pump. I think that's something else we're going to try to address this week, or at least try and figure out where the leak's coming from. So I'm going to move it onto the lift now, and hopefully we can figure out some of these issues. So I got the Fiero up on the lift now. So much easier to drive it on versus having to push it or something. That leak on the carburetor has gotten pretty major, so I think that's actually the first thing I want to address. I got the gasket that I believe is the problem child, so let's go ahead and take off the carburetor and replace that gasket. I also got just the whole gasket kit, so if anything else needs to be replaced, we'll do it while we're in there as well. It's not very hard to take off these carburetors. It's just 4 bolts on the corners and then a couple little attachments where the connections from the gas pedal come in and such. So let's get this off and get that gasket replaced. Hopefully that fixes the issue. So I got the carburetor off and brought it in here on my workstation and went ahead and removed the accelerator pump. And I definitely think it's this little diaphragm in here that's gone wrong. Luckily my kit has a brand new one, so we're just gonna remove that. Super simple. And hopefully replacing this will fix all of our problems. So I'm gonna replace that, get the carburetor back on, and we'll see if it fixed it. Looking a little closer at the old one versus the new one, I was looking at that little diaphragm here, and you can just barely see that little broken spot there. That's definitely where the gas was coming through, so replacing this should definitely fix the issue. Alright, the carburetor is hooked back up with that new gasket put in place. Let's start it up and see if that fixed the issue. I'm seeing absolutely no more leak. So that is a problem fixed. Now that we've got the Torino running and driving, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from that and step back to something we were working on last week, which was actually this wing right here. I finally think I figured out a strategy to get to a result that I'm mostly happy with. There's a lot of dust on it right now, but 92% of the scratches are completely gone with this new strategy. You probably just can't really tell because of all the dust. So I want to try and recreate that and walk you guys through how I did it on the deck lid here. First step, of course, it's super dusty, so I'm going to clean it off. And then we are going to move into 1500 grit sanding with my sander here. Of course, keeping the whole deck lid completely wet. So I'm gonna clean this off and then we'll move on to that. And we've just gotta sand it until all of the orange peel and imperfections are completely gone. But also, we don't wanna hit any of these edges along any of the sides. I'm gonna stay far away from those because in a couple spots on the wing, I actually ended up cutting through, which really sucked. And I had to add black paint back, and that was just not fun. So I'm not gonna do that again this time. I'm gonna try and be a lot more careful. Okay, I just finished the 1500 grit. Now it's time to move on to the 2500 and then the 3000. So this is what it's supposed to be looking like after the 1500 grit. It's all just very matte and solid. shouldn't be any little dots. Let me kind of see if I can, yeah. So these little dots right here, that's some more of the orange peel, but I've just gotten down so low, I just can't even feel it anymore. So I'm gonna say that's probably good enough on the whole panel. Now I'm going to move on to wet sanding with the 2500 grit and then move on to the 3000. All right, so I just finished in this section with the 2500 grit, and you can kind of see the difference here. That's the 2500, and then we move over here, and the reflection over here is just, it's more hazy, it's just less refined compared to the area that we've done with the more polished 2000 grit. So I'm gonna finish the rest of this up with the 2000, and then we'll move on to the 3000 and do the whole thing as well. So this is completely after the 2000 grit. It's just looking a lot smoother, a lot shinier than the 1500. Now it's time to move on to the 3000, which is the last refinement of the sanding, and then we'll move on to the buffing and polishing. All right, and then this is after the 3000. This area has been done with 3000, and this area over here has not. There's not a huge difference between the 2000 and the 3000, but you can tell that it's just slightly more polished and smoothed out. So I'm gonna finish the rest of the panel in the 3000, and then we'll move on to the buffing and polishing, which is absolutely the fun part. Okay, now that I've got it polished up to the 3000 and it's looking quite refined and quite shiny, this is the best 3-step process I've come up with for buffing and getting out the most of the scratches because I've had a really hard time with it. I'm starting with this Ultra Cut compound by Meguiar's on this microfiber pad on my buffer. I'm gonna put that on a high speed and just really cut in and try and get out all of the scratches. This is what's doing most of the work here. These two are just refining. And then I'm taking my medium spongy foam pad. I'm using this compound by Meguiar's. It's just a slightly less strong one. That's gonna get me more refined. It's kind of the middle step that I found works really well. And the last step is this Meguiar's polish. I'm going to use this very soft sponge on my buffer. And hopefully with this 3-step process, it worked pretty well on the wing, and I'm hoping it'll work even better this time. All right, and here is the before and after, just after the microfiber buff. And you can tell how much of a crazy difference this makes. I gotta do this to the rest, and then I'll move through the 2 steps and I'll show you guys the final result. This is so exciting. Are you ready for the final result? Here it is. After the 3-step process, this is what we have been left with. And it's actually looking pretty fantastic. Now, this was my first time ever painting car body parts like this, with a spray gun and with higher quality paints. And it was also my second time running through this process. I did it the first time on the wing and I made a lot of mess ups. So I was able to refine it best I could on the deck lid here. And I think it's pretty good. It's about 90% where I'd wanna be. In person, looking in light and stuff, yeah, there are some scratches. It's not totally perfect. It's not a show car, but you know, it's pretty good for a $300 paint job and I am pretty happy with it. I will not be finishing the process here. I want to continue to refine and refine until I get something that I'm just truly, truly happy with. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm gonna take off the hood and I'm gonna run through this whole process again with the painting and with the refining, and hopefully we can get an even better outcome. But for it being my first time, really I am quite happy. If you guys saw any flaws in the process, please leave a comment down below and let me know what I could improve on in the future. Unfortunately for this week, we have run out of time. We'll get back on the Torino next week and work on replacing that line, hopefully, if I get time around to do it anyway. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Later.